What's going on, guys? Paul Jackson from Maher Media here to recap the Flyers' second straight loss to the Washington Capitals to finish out the back-to-back in D.C. Their sixth consecutive loss overall in the season. They are now 1-5-1 to start things off through the first 7 games. Not ideal. Not ideal. I think the tale of last game compared to this one, the one in Philly, was a lot different than tonight in D.C. I think overall they've come out of the gate completely flat to start the season, which is really unfortunate because they have the most hype put around them in well over a decade, if not dating back to the Eric Lindros era. The arrival of Matvei Michkov and all the other positive strides that they made last year, there is so much buzz around this team, especially in this city now. To not capitalize on that, to kick things off and to come out so flat and disappointing is it's really it's not fun. It's not fun. And we'll see how long this skid slides, but as of right now, the number's at 6, and 𝐊𝐈𝐓𝐃 gets to start tonight. I think that alone maybe scared off some people from thinking that there was any chance of a win here. Understandably so, because 𝐊𝐈𝐃 has not looked comfortable at all in his first few starts this year. I don't think there's been a game where he's allowed less than 4 goals, which, the team in front of him has to perform up to par, but at the same time, there is a point where you just need a save, and I think tonight you did see positive steps in that direction. 𝐊𝐈𝐃 was not great, but there were times where he came through. The opening goal by 𝐊𝐂, huge reason why that even happened is because 𝐈𝐈𝐃 set it up. He made a huge stop to keep the puck out of the net in the Flyers' end, and then Philadelphia goes the other way and they put one in. So that's a huge win for 𝐊𝐈𝐃 there. And as far as the actual team goes, you'd like to see more of a sense of urgency right away after only scoring 1 combined goal in 6 periods at home. Instead, they go down 4-0 by the middle of the second period, and they look dead in the water. It looked exactly like the same team that we'd seen for the past few games, if not worse. And somehow or another, 1 goal was all it took, because Travis 𝐊𝐂, he picks the corner, which is really encouraging, because that's a play that I pinpointed a little bit earlier in the period. TK had a chance where grade A opportunity right in front of the goalie, and he goes to slide it through Logan Thompson's 5-hole, doesn't pull it off. I thought to myself, I'm like, man, if he goes upstairs there, like, that's 100% that's in. It was wide open, and he gets another shot at it on the power play, and that's exactly what happened. He goes for the corner, he picks it, and I'm not sure what Thompson was really doing there. His head was kind of positioned in the completely opposite way he should have been, but credit to 𝐊𝐂 for finishing it off, because it was a beautiful shot. And that gave the Flyers life, right? So then you have Owen Tippett finally breaking his horrible scoring drought to start the year. It seemed like he couldn't bury a puck even if it landed right in front of him and there was an empty net. Hit the glass, missed the net, whatever the case was. He just couldn't seem to finish. Finally breaks through tonight to put the Flyers within 2. Not the prettiest shot, but sometimes you just need those greasy ones to go in, and that's exactly what happened. So Tippett gets his first of the year. That's huge for him, and hopefully a sign of good things to come, and more pucks in the net for him. And then to top it off, the scoring for the Flyers, at least, Matvei Michkov, right on the power play. He's electric, and that's going to be something that has to be monitored for years to come. His entire Philly tenure, he's going to be glued to that power play, and rightfully so. His hockey IQ is out of this world, and the intelligence that he showcased with that play, that goal to make it happen, it's nothing crazy. It's just a really smart play. It's one of those things where he you think he was thinking shot the entire way, and that's exactly what he does, but he times it perfectly, where he drags the Capital in front of him out of the way and then just releases it right on the backswing. And credit to Sean Couturier for the great screen in front. He took away Thompson's eyes, and that's a huge reason why that puck even went in the first place. no deflection, just straight through. So shout out to 𝐊𝐶𝐑 for the great release. That's gets the Flyers within one to put it at a 4-3 score. You know, you wish they would have gotten the tying goal, but it's the way that the game was lost that's the most frustrating part. Is Egor Zamula, after not playing great to start the season whatsoever, in my opinion, shouldn't even have been in the lineup tonight. You know, he just, for the Flyers to mount a comeback after the terrible first half that they had, to score 3 unanswered goals and just be knocking on the door all night. Morgan Frost had so many great chances. You'd love to see him bury that wraparound. He's got to get that one in there. You know, for better or for worse, he just, all the chances he had, they have to be buried. You know, unfortunately, there's so much, only so much you can do with chances generated that aren't going in. So he's got to bury one of them. But yeah, for all the guys in front of Zamula to pitch in and you know, mount a comeback and seriously threaten the Caps for a tying goal, to then throw it all away in an instant by simply not having the awareness on a line change with the empty net is just mind-blowing and completely unacceptable. There's no reason that Zamula should be in the lineup next game after that. It's plain and simple. If Torts is going to preach accountability and hold guys to a certain standard, Zamula needs to be held to that standard. And again, just after not playing great defensively in general to start the year, and then a brutal game-ending mistake with having his back turned, going to make you know, the change. Drysdale sees him, makes eye contact, and goes to shoot for the pass there because he thinks that Zamula is going to receive it, and then at the last minute turns his back and goes to the bench for a change. Caps have it on their stick. Pierre-Luc Dubois buries the empty netter, and that's it. That's it. Not enough time to come back, and then Ovechkin ices it with his 855th career goal. What can you do, right? I mean, what can you do if you're anybody else except Zamula? That's just, it's a bad misread, and you need to see better. And I don't know if he's going to be in the lineup next game, but if it was me personally, it's just, you can't do it. There's a line where you can make mistakes, and then there's another line where you make so many of them in a row that you need to be held accountable. And after we've seen Tyson Forrester and Bobby Brink out of the lineup after playing fairly well, I thought, you know, it's just, guys need to be held to the same standard. So we'll see what happens. That's pretty much it for today. But yeah, the Flyers will be back at it this weekend with a couple of important home games as they try to bounce back with a win. They got the Minnesota Wild on Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. and then puck drop at 7 p.m. on Sunday with a quick turnaround against the Montreal Canadiens. So, yeah, I mean, it should be an interesting weekend, especially now that this team returns home after such shitty results throughout the week. But, you know, 1-5-1 through the first 7 games isn't good enough, so we'll see if they come out hungrier. And, yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning into this one. Make sure you follow along with all of our coverage at Maher Media. And, yeah, see you guys in the next one.